All right, folks, Chris from MCCS Tours Plus here to let you guys know what we got coming up for the month of May. First of all, the standard tours we always have. We have Battle Sites Tour. Battle Sites Tour for Battle of Okinawa is one of those tours that's kind of a must tour here on the island. Most of us over here are here because of military contact. Shows you basically why the military is here, the history behind the Battle of Okinawa, the 4 main sites we go to, give you a good background detail in chronological order, so you get a basic understanding of the Battle of Okinawa from the tour. It's a basic understanding because there's a lot of information we're kicking out, and you're most likely not going to hold it all in, but you will get a decent understanding of what's going on. Northern highlights. I firmly believe there's about 3 main tours you need to take here on the island when you first arrive. Northern Highlights Tour is one of them. Battle Sites Tour is another one. Anything around Yomitan or Central Highlights is another good one. And the reason why I say these is, Battle Sites shows you Southern Okinawa, gets you used to the roads and seeing what's going on in that part of the island. Northern Highlights, we do things like the Orion Brewery, the Pineapple Park. We do a nice yakiniku style lunch, and it shows you Nago City, northern part of Okinawa, the biggest city up north. The central area up and around Yomitan, things like the Nikoriba Hotel Central Highlights Tour we have coming up. That tour takes you to Nikoriba Hotel, Yomitan Castle site, Yomitan Museum, so Zakimi Castle site, Yomitan Museum. It shows you Cape Zampa, or sometimes known as Bolo Point from the Battle of Okinawa terminology, and that gets you out around that area, lets you see those 3 main pieces. We have the Sunset Dinner Cruise for Mother's Day coming up. That'll be a great tour. You go up on a nice ship and have a nice dinner with your mom or your wife. Go out. The Sunset Dinner Cruise for Mother's Day is a very good tour. Be checking it out this month. We've also got Urashima Dinner Theater Tour. Urashima Dinner Theater gives you a chance to get a good taste of Okinawan culture. You've got beautiful Okinawan dancers, a great meal. You've got steak, lobster, you've got sashimi and lobster. Depends on what you want to get, American meal or Okinawan meal. Very good show, very good meal. Highly recommend those. We've got Yambaru Kayaking Tour. That's a great trip. You go up north to Yambaru, you hop on some kayaks, you go out and you go up the river, see the mangrove swamps up the river, then you come back down and go out along the coastline. Now here's the thing, you know, when we hit May and June, it tends to rain a little bit here on Okinawa. One time I went up there and did that tour, and I decided that time I'm gonna go ahead and ride the kayak. Murphy's Law kicked in. That time it was pouring down rain. And a lot of people look at that tour and go, oh, it's pouring down rain, I don't wanna go. No, that's one of the best times to go. You're on a kayak, you're gonna get wet anyway. The cool thing about this was, we went up the river, came back out, and across the bay, there was we call it spontaneous waterfall. Because there's so much rain coming down, one of the riverbanks overflowed and kicked a bunch of water off the cliff. The guys were like, we're not going up the coast, we're going across the bay, check out this waterfall. So we basically rode or paddled 2 clicks across this bay, got some really good photographs of the waterfall. Check out the MCCS Tours Plus Facebook page, go back through some of the old photographs and you'll see them, they're up on the Facebook page. You've also got Hiji Falls coming up. We'll take you up to Hiji Falls, take a look at the sights and the scenery up there. Come back over to Akuma where you can do water activities, or you can go on a little hiking trail around Akuma, eat lunch, back on the bus, and once again, take a nap all the way back home. Another good outside tour we have coming up this summer is the Kurama Snorkeling Tour. This one's a lot of fun. You go out to Naha, you hop on a boat, you go out to the Kurama Islands. It's about an hour ride to get out there. You do some snorkeling off the boat. Occasionally, depending on what beach we're at, and it always changes, you can make landfall, but it's just up on the beach a little bit, but the snorkeling out there is phenomenal. It's a great trip. Pack a lunch for that one as well. Bring your own food. Spend about all day, hitting about 2 different sites, maybe 3, depending on time, things like that. Weather conditions, and we head on back. Even if it's a little bit choppy out, once we get to these little protected coves and beach areas, it's almost as smooth as glass. People have seen everything from sea turtles to all kinds of marine life. Also this month, you have the Forest Adventure Tour. Forest Adventure Park is where you go up to the Yomitan area and you're up there riding zip lines. You'll go up, you'll get a little training course on a small little a training zip line basically before you hit the main track. They'll make sure you're locked in, squared away, good to go. You know what you're doing on zip lines before you're left off on your own. It's never totally on your own, there's guides out there. But they'll be zip lining back and forth across the ravines. Then you got 2 courses you can go by. The big long zip lines and the short little obstacle course area. A lot of fun, great trip. From there we go down to Ocean's Pizza, grab a pizza buffet, spend the day out there at a place called Gala. It's a salt factory, they've got glass blowing, pottery, all that kind of good stuff out there, souvenir shops, an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet, and then back on the bus, and back over to Camp Foster. Shuri Castle, Naha. You want to find the cultural heart of Okinawa? You want to go to Shuri. Shuri is the old capital of Okinawa. You'll visit Shuri Castle, check out Shuri Castle, then down to Kokusai Street for lunch. From Kokusai Street, you go over to Fukushima Gardens and Namiroi Shrine. Now here's the thing about this. All of those sites, with the exception of Kokusai, are connected in some way, shape, or form to Shuri Castle.
Hi, my name is Marina. I'm with MCCS Tours Plus, and I'm here to tell you about some of the international trips that we have going on in the month of June, July, and August. So during Memorial Day weekend, we have our YYY trip that's going to be going. It's going to be 2 nights, 3 days. Breakfast and dinners included, transportation, and also a ferry ride to Ie Island. It's just 30 minutes, so don't worry about it. And it's very, very relaxing over there. They have a pool, the beach, and a jacuzzi is like right there by the hotel. Also, if you wanted to take a bike ride around the island, you can do that as well. Another trip that we have going, WWE live trip in Tokyo. The dates are going to be from June 30th to July 4th. And we'll either be going on the 1st or the 2nd to go watch WWE live, and Chris Jericho is going to be there. And you also have 2.5 days free to see Tokyo. You can go to a lot of the big sites over there. They have the Tokyo Skytree, which you can see, which is like 634 meters high. Also, there's a lot of good food, a lot of good restaurants in Tokyo. So there's a lot of things that you can do on this trip aside from just seeing WWE live. Other trips that we're going to also be going to Tokyo for July and August. We actually have 2 Disney trips this year. Usually we don't have a Disney trip because we have our Mount Fuji trips, which I'll talk about in a minute. But in July and August, we have a 4-night, 5-day stay in Tokyo. 2 of those days we'll be going to Disneyland and Disney Sea. For this one, airfare, hotel, transportation, and tickets to Disneyland and Disney Sea are included. And you also have a tour leader to show you around for a little bit. One of the great things with going on our tour to Disneyland and Disney Sea is one that transportation is already included. You don't have to worry about going on the subway, train, bus transfer with your kids and bags with you as you're going through the city trying to get to the hotel. Also at Disneyland, one of the things that I love is at the end of the day they have a show, it's called a projection mapping on their Disney castle, and it tells you a little story and it has music to go along with it, and it's like you're reliving your childhood moments as you watch these old scenes from your old Disney movies. But also that's with Disneyland. Disney Sea is definitely, it was created for older, taller kids because they have a lot more faster rides over there. So if you're looking for that little thrill, that's what you get from Disney Sea. The third tour that we have going for Tokyo is our Mount Fuji trips that we had. Now we have 4 going in July, 4 going in August. Now the reason why we have so many going in those 2 months is because those are the only 2 months you can actually climb Mount Fuji out of the whole year, because that's when all the snow is melted and it's a lot safer to climb during those 2 months. And for this one, it is also 4 nights, 5 days, transportation, hotel, and a tour leader is included. And of course, the transportation from the hotel to Mount Fuji and back is included as well. You'll be climbing on day 4 of your tour, so anything outside of that is, again, your free time to see Tokyo, to see the city. It's a lot more different than Okinawa. Okinawa is a little bit, you got that chill going on here, while Tokyo is, everything's a little bit more upbeat. When it comes to climbing Mount Fuji, on average, it takes about 6 hours to climb up, 3 hours to climb down. But something that's different with going through Tours Plus is you have a total of 12 to 14 hours to climb on your own at your own pace, versus if you were to try to do this trip on your own and take like their public buses that get up there. The buses will, I think the first bus arrives at Mount Fuji at around 10 o'clock. And the last bus leaves the mountain at around 3. So that only gives you a 5-hour window to climb up and climb down, unless you wanted to stay on Mount Fuji, which you can do that as well. Last trip that I want to talk about today is the July 28th to August 1st Hong Kong trip that we have going. It's going to be during their Anycom and Games Fest. That one, they have a lot of anime shows that's going to be going on, a lot of comic books. Also, limited edition toys are going to be out. So, aside from going to the Anycom for Hong Kong, you can also do some other tours, going to like Lantau Mountain where they have the giant Buddha that's over there. There's also a cable car ride that you can do over there. There's just a lot of other things that you can do aside from Anycom. So if you wanted to do that, great. If you wanted to dress up and do some cosplaying, you can do that as well. And also you can see some of the Hong Kong culture on this tour. And for more information, you can check out our website, mccsokinawa.com/tours.